Composite versus component. Go.
So, composite looks like the old just single RCA.
And it's usually colored yellow.
And it's usually colored yellow. And component is the 3 RCAs. And in this case, I've got a female and male, so ignore the fact that they're the wrong genders to compare. But with composite, you're pushing chrominance and luminance. And you're pushing them across the single set of pairs of conductors. So you don't get color separation, which is the reason that when you plug in via composite, lots of times you'll notice that there's what's called dot crawl.
Yeah.
And you'll see around the edges this, I say Purina logo, because it's usually the red, the red checkerboard. Yeah. And it will slowly spin. And that's because of the way composite works. It combines everything onto 2 wires, and then it uses voltage differences in order to separate those back out on the other end. And it does actually push red at a lower resolution than everything else. The other disadvantage of composite is that being just 2 conductors for everything, you don't get very much resolution. This supports 480i NTSC, and this will support 1080p. So,
composite.
Yes, that's component.
Oh, component, sorry. And I have to mentally go through this over and over again. Composite's like a composite. You bring it all together, that's one, and then component's the other one.
Right.
So chrominance, luminance, and I forget the third one. Is it brightness?
Well, so it isn't actually. It's what they show on the colors. This is the blue. This is the red, and this is the green.
But I was taught that it was chrominance, luminance, and I thought it was brightness.
So we'll cover that in a minute, but that's a different set of cables. But red, green, and blue.
Right.
And you can literally change the color of your picture. Portions of the elements that you just talked about with the brightness and the sync and all that are shared across them. But, you can literally pop out the blue, and you'll still get a picture. That'll be a picture with no blue.
Huh.
And in a couple of spots where I was like, oh, I didn't actually have the right cable, but I want to hook up my video game, I've hooked them up with 2 composite cables and not 3 composite cables, because this is really just 3 RCA cables. So you can...
They're just standard RCA cables, so you can use any RCA cables, assumedly.
Yep.
There's no difference in the twisting or the...
No, usually these are made to a slightly higher quality than these were, but...
Okay.
Yeah. But that's it. I mean, it's really just red, green, blue versus everything on one.
Yellow.